Hello friends, welcome to chess training. Myself Nikhil Joshi welcomes you to this video. In this video, we are going to learn about Zugzwang in king and pawn endgame. What is Zugzwang? Zugzwang means the one who plays loses the game. In this first example, it is white to play. White king goes on e6 and attacks the black pawn from behind. So now black has only one choice. Since white pawn is controlling this square, he can come to c4 and support his pawn. There is no other move left. Now white plays king to e5. Can you see? Now it is black's chance to play, and he cannot stand to keep a support to the pawn. If he plays on c5, there is a check, so he must go away from the pawn. As he goes away, king takes the pawn and removes the blockader in front of white pawn. Now white king goes to e6 and controls the important squares. King c7, pawn d5, king d8, and now we use the concept of taking the opposition. We take the opposition, and as black king goes to e8, white king moves to c7 and controls all the important squares. With the help of white king, the white pawn will now become a new queen. So here black resigns the game. So friends, let's move to the next example. In this example, it is white to play. White starts with the move king to d4, going in front of the black king. Now black is in Zugzwang. If he goes on c6, we will go to e5 and attack the f5 pawn, and if the black king moves to e6, we will go to another side to attack the b5 pawn. Wherever he goes, he loses the game. As black king tries to come from d5 to c4 now, we play king e6, blocking the black king, and also our pawn is now walking forward. If black king tries king c7, king e7, we control all these boxes, and now we shall make a queen in next 3 steps. Black resigns. So friends, let's have one more example of Zugzwang. Here it was white's chance to play. As we can see, the pawns are stuck in front of each other. White king goes and attacks this pawn. Now our pawn is controlling h6 square, and that's why the black king must go to h8. As he goes away, he gives up the support, and we can capture both the pawns and win the match. So friends, let's have one example where white to play and win is the question. So let's begin. White here starts with the move pawn to g5. This move fixes the black pawn on g6, and also white pawn is controlling these 2 squares. So this will restrict the black king from coming into the game. Black tries to bring his king. He goes king f7, and now we have to be careful. Where should we go? If you try to go to e5, then black will take the opposition, and as you try to go from outside, he will again take the opposition. We move to e5, we want to reach f6, and black is taking opposition. So this will result in a draw. That's why here white plays king to d5. See, this is called diagonal opposition. Can you see? Now when black king comes to e7, we move to e5. As we can see, white has taken the opposition. Now if black king goes to d7, we will of course go to f6 and capture the black pawn. So he had to go to f7. Now we go from outside and we suppress his king to inside. King g7, king e7. He plays king h8. Keeping one move in hand, white says no problem, I will attack the pawn. He comes to support, king f6. And as we can see, the black king is in Zugzwang. He cannot come here, he must go away from the pawn. So as he goes away, we capture the pawn, king g8. Even if he takes the opposition, this is the case of the g file pawn, so the king must go in the corner, and now we force him to give up the opposition. As he gives up the opposition, we walk forward, we control this box. As the king comes to f7, we play king h7, and now we make a new queen and eventually we win the match. So friends, did you understand the concept of Zugzwang? If yes, stay connected with this channel to learn some new concepts of endgame. Thank you. Have a good day.